welcome.
Good evening, Acadiana.
Good evening. Yes, it's so good to see you. Only maybe the second time of 2018. Yeah, which
welcome back to the electronic waves.
Welcome back to AOC Higher Thought. It's your boy Nate A. It's your boy Mobe. Yeah, we're doing the dang tang here at the Rosa Parks Center. Woo woo, we made it on time. Jacob had our sound set up on time. Things are going good. It's beautiful. We got the phone working, the ringers and volumes up, and yeah, we got a lot to talk about. This is the #1 fake news show in Acadiana. We've got a reputation here.
Right. We have no shame.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess fake news nowadays is kind of misconstrued
fake news probably means there's something behind it that they don't want you to know.
Well, without a doubt. Well, I mean, is CNN and Fox and ABC, NBC, is that all that fake news?
Somebody's paying for the content.
Somebody's paying for it. Somebody owns the content.
Right. They won't pay if you're not saying what they want to hear.
So that's what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. We have higher thoughts. That has no double entendre to it whatsoever. It's just simply intellectual thoughts while maybe drinking tasty beverages. Right?
Water.
Cheers.
Beautiful glass of water.
So, big news week. We had Trump's first State of the Union. We had a blood moon lunar eclipse. We got Super Bowl Sunday this weekend. Sunday. Yep. Come and get it. Let them have it.
Let them have it? Oh, I'll let them
have it.
All right.
Yep. This day in history, it's been a busy day as far as February 1st. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff.
We got a lot of February birthdays?
February birthdays, not so much, but as far as like historical happenings.
And
February
what's the
1st.
most interesting historical happening that you came across?
Well, I mean, we can run through the entire list, but I did think that it was interesting that today, February 1st, was a day that pretty much is the day that the Federal Reserve, the bank that pretty much is our God, that can control our government, pretty much, can control the economy.
Somebody drive that system. Gimme.
Right. Gimme, says the Fed.
Yeah.
But today is the day where they always get new chair people. Persons. Going back to 2006, that was the day, February 1st, 2006 was the day Ben Bernanke became the chairman of the Fed. We all know Bernanke from the bailouts adjusting they pretty much adjusted the interest rate to like almost 0% at the time.
Right.
To help us get back on track.
The banks got
paid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the word I was searching for.
Well,
good job.
And I mean, you were even saying a little bit earlier on about the bailouts that.
Right. And now, there are some industries that I feel that are good investments. Bailing out the auto industry. It's not just GM. It's not just Chrysler. It's all of their suppliers, the people that provide the seats, the people that provide the electrical components, the wiring harnesses, all that stuff. Okay? They're making a tangible product.
We need them in business.
Right. The banks, they're the ones that caused the problem in the first place.
They make bad loans. They charge.
People should have gone to jail.
F the banks.
Yeah, F the banks.
F the banks. Yes. So 2006, Bernanke became the chairman. 2014, Janet Yellen became the chair of the Fed. And I guess they call women chairs, whereas they call men chairmen. So I guess there's no chairwomen, is what we're getting to here. No chairwomen.
The chair.
The chair.
The chair.
But it's almost better to be the chair than the chairman.
Yeah, I'd rather be the chair.
I'd almost rather be the chair than the chairman,
Because the chair is always there. The man can change.
Aha. But needless to say, Janet Yellen, yesterday was actually her last day. So we've got a new chair of the Fed, and I wrote down his name. Where is that? Janet Yellen's final meeting as the chair of the Fed. Jerome Powell is the new guy. He succeeds her next week. And apparently the interest rates are going to be unchanged.
Now, is he currently a member of the board or a governor?
I would imagine so. Okay. I would imagine so. I think he's a team player.
Good. We need a team player.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as that's somebody probably Trump wants in there. And speaking of Trump, it was a big Trump news week, as it always is, you know, with his boop, boop, boop. Yeah, we trump it up. We trump it up. So, State of the Union address. It was a very well-written speech, I suppose. And I doubt he actually wrote the speech.
He didn't write squat. Welcome to the real world. He didn't write squat.
He didn't write squat.
And he stayed on message. He read what was put in front of him.
He did. And I mean, in that regard, I thought he acted probably more presidential than he ever has, and than I've ever seen him act.
Act.
Yes, which essentially that's what it was.
A performance, because he didn't use great, he didn't say tremendous, he didn't actually demonstrate his depth of thought.
Well, right, and you know, apparently it was the third longest speech ever given for the State of the Union.
Didn't watch a minute of it.
Well, and it was really good for you.
I've watched it. I've watched excerpts, and I've read the body because I figure I'd rather just read the words.
Well, they even had the bullet pointed, like on the left side of the screen, to where it's like, okay, this is the next topic, this is the next topic, you know, and I kind of liked that. So you saw what, you know, basically they were going to be talking about.
Right.
But what really made it last so long was everything he said was standing ovation, standing ovation.
Let me guess, the Republicans?
Yeah, well, at least half of the Congress, you know, or the better half of the Congress. As far as, you know, they have the majority. But, you know, even stuff that Trump was saying to kind of pander to the Democrats, the Democrats really weren't really responding happily, you know.
Well, pandering, doesn't that involve prostitutes, pandering?
It doesn't have to involve prostitutes. It's basically pandering to an audience.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Oh, and I'm sure he didn't pander to Stormy Daniels.
No, I'm sure. Stormy Daniels was actually on Jimmy Kimmel the other night, and she was like, "Nah, I never had sex with that dude. He never paid me no hush money because we never had sex."
Really?
It's just a thing.
It's
the
a
media.
thing?
The media, you know, they just throw the stuff out there.
Okay.
You know, if like they think it's possible it might happen, they report it as fact.
Sad.
It's very sad. And we're considered the fake news here. Come on. Yeah, he acted relatively presidential. The main topics, I guess, to try and, you know, have more bipartisanship, you know, getting along between the parties.
Right.
The immigration, of course. Is that a call? What is that? We've got a call.
Oh,
I saw the blink before the ring. How about that? Hello, you're live on Higher Thought. Welcome to the show.
I just want to interject, fellas. Today in history, they had, of interest, they had the first microchip they made in Switzerland in '76. I don't know what year you were born, that actually worked. You know, and now they have microchips that'll fit on the end of your pinky. You know, you could carry one in your glasses.
They implant you with the microchips.
Yeah.
The microchip.
Right back there, yeah.
So much, right? You do nothing without a microchip. And the other one, the scientists in New Orleans discovered that dead minnows do not swim; they float. So
dead minnows do not swim.
Dead minnows.
They froze them. You know, like a crawfish comes back to life after you freeze them. The minnows did not float; they just floated. Didn't swim.
Really?
You can't regenerate a dead minnow. Remember that was spring cone. Buy you eat anything, but including your hand. But I appreciate your show, fellas.
Well, Mike, it's good hearing from you, man. And, yeah, we always welcome your calls. If, like I said before, if you ever hear a topic that we're going over that you have something to chime in on, you're always welcome to call back.
I heard you interject the part about the Federal Reserve, Ellie. They had, the other day I looked on the Federal Reserve, they had a woman and a man, they said, we cannot account for $9 trillion, ma'am.
I don't know where it
tell
went.
me where $9 trillion went. It's gone.
Oh, it's just 9 trillion. Don't worry
Come
about
on.
old 9 trillion.
Add a couple of zeros and then it'll get interesting.
Right.
Yep. All right, fellas. Have a good evening. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, Mike. So yeah, of course, State of the Union, Trump, doing his thing, I guess, representing his presidency. And if the guy stayed off of Twitter, it's hard to say how, if his presidency is really doing well yet. And a lot of people are saying, oh, the tax cuts, the immigration,
That's good.
It's something like that. It's something like that.
I like that.
You're almost watching Fox News here.
See?
Well,
somebody's got to cut your tax.
Yeah, you
Now,
got to be a
it
devil
depends on whether
advocate
they
in every
gently
conversation.
trim it or just take shears and lop it off.
Yeah, well, you got to manscape sometimes. Ooh, yeah.
As long as you don't bring out the weed whacker.
Well, I used to have a pipe called the Weed Whacker, actually.
Really?
Yeah, well,
What? Somebody's got to whack that weed.
it would get rid of the weeds.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty.
I guess also in the news, just to get off of Trump, because usually, we've even said on the show before, we don't even like talking about Trump, just because it's like, oh man.
No, let's talk about Oprah instead.
Oprah, our future president, or what about Rocky or Dwayne the Rock Johnson, President Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Hector Elizondo.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking as president. Okay, we've got another call here. I guess we're on fire tonight. Hello, you're live on Higher Thought. Welcome to the show.
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Hey, you know when employers give that bonus?
I didn't catch that. Employers give that bonus?
Yeah, no, the employers give the bonus to the employees.
Oh yeah, with the taxes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well,
I haven't gotten a bonus.
Yeah, but that's chicken fee compared to their profits.
Oh, well, no
yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's a stimulus thing,
Oh, no doubt.
Based on
And
the based on their profits, you should be getting $500-600, up to $5,000 or more.
oh, well, there's no doubt about that. And it seems as though whenever the government tends to help out somebody, especially the Republicans, it tends to be the corporate people, And even Barack Obama, Mr. Take Care of the People, he was taking care of the corporations.
He was a corporate Democrat.
He was a corporate puppet, just like the last several presidents we've had.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's right, because Wall Street runs the USA, not the government.
Yeah, Wall Street, the Fed, the almighty dollar, ultimately.
The corporatocracy is like the puppet master. They have their hands up the government's ass, and they wiggle their fingers, and they do whatever it is that's going to profit whoever has contributed the most to the re-election campaign.
Well, and it's...
When it's up your ass, it hurts.
Well, of course.
I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, he'll take your word for that. But, as far as, really, it's not even public knowledge. Most people don't even know who the richest person in the world is. It's the family that runs the Federal Reserve that controls all the money. What do you know? The Rothschilds.
Still?
Yeah, the Rothschilds,
Haven't
the
we hunted them down and
the
killed
Ford
them yet?
Foundation, the Gates.
No.
Super zillionaires.
Gazillionaires. And actually, the last time, it's estimated that the Rothschild family worth is close to around $500 trillion.
Holy shit.
Well, corporate debt's $220 trillion. But bouncing back to all these people with their 401s and all that, well, yeah, I made 5%. The government is holding the stock market up.
Right. Well, and it's almost as if our government has kind of looked past taking care of the American people, and they have, other interests at heart.
Right.
So to speak.
If you help the corporations, it helps the stock market. If you help the stock market, it helps people who've invested in the stock market with their 401ks and their Roth IRAs.
But, I mean, their allegiance to the corporations has ended up screwing over the American public in that they're poisoning us with our food and our water. I mean, they're brainwashing us with their media. You know, I mean, like...
I'll make a prediction on the stock market. It's going to blow up in the next 5 months, and it's going to drop 4%. So if it went up 5%, all you made was 1%.
Well, they got some big bubbles coming now with all the cryptocurrency and with all of the legal marijuana because they just went on the stock market on January 1st in America, and those stocks are going to be booming soon.
They'll be doing that in Louisiana like they did in other states because there's a large tax base with reefer.
There you go.
Oh, they've already legalized it for medicinal use. They should start growing it, I think, this year. They've already had like 5 or 6 doctors agree to be prescribers.
Yeah, I think LSU and Southern University has a license to grow, but they don't tell you where.
Something tells me there's going to be a huge spike in agriculture majors in the next couple of years.
Well, you know, Wall Street's licking their lips to just get into that business.
Oh, you know they are.
Right.
The whole thing.
It's gonna be a battle again between the mom and pop grower operations,
of course, and big corporation that grow the weed and
right.
Well, I think what they'll do is just like in California, if you're a manufacturer, a grower, or distributor, they'll just go in there and buy you out. Here's $5 million.
Wow.
When I even read a story about that, I have this as a note. Skyrocketing cannabis stocks are compared to the dot-com boom. And a Canadian company, Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, which is a billion-dollar company, has their sights set on South America, which they have been basically using their media to politicize marijuana and legalize it and all that stuff. And they want to basically go down to South America and make a shit ton of money.
Okay,
you don't have to go
if they legalize it, will it kill?
Wall Street's trying to figure out how they're gonna what they're gonna do with all that cash because the FDIC won't play with you.
Right. Well, and if you watch MSNBC, like they show weed shows all the time on there because it's major investment right now.
Oh yeah, Wall Street is licking their lips.
Yeah, well,
licking their lips and smoking their bowls.
Yeah, just like this.
Smoking the devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce.
Yeah, the devil's lettuce. Yeah, well, they'll look at the tax base California's getting this year.
California, Colorado.
Yeah, that's not even the federal taxes. That's just state and local taxes.
And they've been putting that money to good use.
Well, before they were making the money by arresting people
and then
that were doing it.
To keep them in jail.
And then paying to keep them in jail, right.
It's a racket. You got to get a lawyer,
Which I read that San Francisco is going to wipe out thousands of marijuana convictions off the books.
It should. It's a crime that's not a crime.
Yeah, a victimless crime.
Right. If I've got the right to drink too much water and poison myself, if I have the right to drink alcohol and poison
Did you hear how much
myself,
water that Tom Brady drinks on a daily basis? He drinks like 7 gallons of water a day.
No.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I heard that on Walton and Johnson this morning.
Walton and Johnson, there you go.
He's got like an app that you got to pay $200 for. Tom Brady, like, Stay Healthy app.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction on the game this weekend, man?
Well,
a boring fixed game with a highly overproduced halftime show?
Yeah. Well, I was born in New Orleans, so I always thought if the Eagles and the Saints was a good matchup, the Saints would beat them.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. But I think the Eagles will. I think the Eagles will beat them.
So let me ask your opinion. Do you think the fix is in?
Sure.
So what? It's going to be the Cheatriots again?
The Cheatriots?
Probably.
I like it. Hey, if you're not trying if you ain't cheating, right? Is that the saying?
No. Well, we know those games are fixed.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that, man. Any wise person can kind of see that. But we appreciate the call, man. And like we said to our last caller, if you hear another topic that lights a fire in you, feel free to call us. And we appreciate you watching and calling.
All right, keep the beat on.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, dude.
Have a good night, man. All right. So, hey, on fire. Two calls already. Two calls.
Right. People pay attention.
People are watching. They're hungry for some, real fake news.
Real fake news.
Real fake news.
That's entertainment.
That is entertainment. So, hey, you don't have to go any further than AOC. We also stream on YouTube if you're interested. If you ever miss an episode, you want to go back and watch the replay. They air replays all the time on here. That's probably when most people see the show. But, it's Higher Thought. Just search that in YouTube. I think it's like the second or third thing that comes up.
Very
and
cool.
They've got like a whole little thing of, shows. We've had all kind of different co-hosts on the show, but I guess I'm the staple here.
Well, somebody's got to be responsible.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got to sign my name on the contract.
And
here,
then there you go.
So, but I mean, I guess like if we say bad words, like it's my
it
fault.
is your responsibility.
So like
If
we
somebody
can't say
says a bad-
shit. We can't. Oh wait.
Shit.
I guess we did.
Oh right,
no.
the 7 dirty
Oh no.
words.
Oh no.
George
Freedom of
Carlin.
speech.
George Carlin. He had it down.
He did. George Carlin, my favorite comedian. No, I don't think you can get any better than him.
Mitch Hedberg was good.
Ooh, Mitch Hedberg was pretty good. And I mean, of course, like your Eddie Murphys,
Eddie's good,
Richard
but-
Pryor.
Oh, now Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he was a funny
he's
mofo.
the-
Yeah. But I mean, like, when's the last like stand-up comedian that was famous? I don't know any famous stand-up comedians right now.
I watch a lot of comedy specials on
I mean, I do
Netflix.
too. But, yeah, I mean, like
and there's
some movie
one-
stars still go
there's
do it again.
one or two names.
Like
that-
Kevin Hart and Mike Epps, they go still do stand-up and stuff, but they're like movie stars, really. Like nobody's just famous for doing stand-up that I know of. I mean, I'm sure people in the
Doug
stand-up
Stanhope?
scene. Doug Stanhope, yeah. I mean, he's kind of famous, but he's not that funny though. He comes to Lafayette all the time.
John Mulaney.
He is pretty funny though, Doug Stanhope. And
But-
John Mulaney,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think you'd pick him out of a crowd. I mean, he's sort of a generic white bread.
But I almost just think the art of stand-up comedy isn't as popular as it was in the 70s and 80s.
Right, that's true.
And I think it's maybe because we're overwhelmed with media content that we can watch beside that,
Right,
maybe?
or the fact that the venues and the audience for the material is regional.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
You think it's major metropolitan areas, New York,
Right.
L.A., Diego, Frisco, Chicago, the second city, come on.
The second city. So moving right on along here, we've got all kind of different stuff to talk about. We're going to kind of move on, I guess, from our politics stuff. We've covered the Fed. We've covered Donald Trump, yeah.
No, we didn't take a dump on Trump.
We did not take a dump on Trump, but speaking of taking a dump, astronauts will soon be eating a goo, get this, which is made of their poo! Whoa.
Recycling at its
Mind
finest.
blown. Whoa. So, maybe they can call it poo goo.
As long as they don't call it goop, because what's her name has the
Goop, yeah.
trademark on
They
that.
got the trademark
with
already.
the
on
egg
that.
and the poo.
So, I mean, if you were an astronaut, how would you feel about eating your own poo?
Well, I'm drinking my own urine already at that
Right.
point.
Well, and you were saying that that's the kind of the direction that we're kind of going with all this is, renewable wastes.
Right. Why import
Potassium.
Potassium, for example, is available one place on Earth, and that's Morocco. And when it runs out, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in the plants we eat. It's in the animals we eat.
Right,
We
and
just have
bones.
to reclaim it.
And so you're saying that this company was collecting urine from people and
it was
extracting.
it was a research project, and they extracted amazing amounts of potassium from human urine.
So if you need your potassium,
And you know what? Potassium, its symbol is P.
Really?
There you
Hey,
go.
yeah, there you go. It all makes sense. So I mean, like,
Illuminati.
if you need some more potassium, just go get you a golden shower, and
PJ.
All right, another call, and I think it's one of our regs. What up, Corey?
What up, my dog?
Long time no hear from you, man. How's it been going?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good.
Well, welcome to the show. I happen to I can predict I know what you want to talk about. Super Bowl Sunday.
I ain't even watching it, man.
You ain't even watching it. You're like me, man. It's like unless it's rigged for the Saints, I just don't want to watch it anymore.
Nah, if we would have been in the end, then I would have watched it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you gonna watch, any part of it? I mean, you're gonna watch it, Corey. I mean, we can sit here and bitch and complain all we want, but we're watching that game because we don't have anything else better to do, and we're Americans.
Hell, at least watch the halftime show.
Well, what about Justin Timberlake at halftime? You gonna look out for a Janet Jackson boob or what?
Probably so.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little, which actually, by the way, 2004. It is the anniversary of the wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe malfunction.
This day in 2004, Janet Jackson showed her boob. I think it had a boob on the tube. I think it had a pasty.
I believe it had a pasty.
I think it had a pasty.
There was no nipple action anywhere.
But just like 9/11, the government uses the big, distraction to push some legislation, and ultimately the FCC censorship.
More regulations.
More regulations, more guidelines, and so that's kind of how the government works nowadays. Just like, hey, let's have some mass shootings, and then we'll make some legislation to take away your guns.
Right. We say duck the police, and then we say duck the government.
Duck the police, duck the police. We love you. We support our blue. Go on, Corey.
You watched the Royal Rumble?
I did watch the Royal Rumble. Actually, Mo watched the Royal Rumble too.
Skippy. It was entertainment.
It was a dandy. In fact, it was the Asian Revolution.
Absolutely.
2 Asian Royal Rumble winners from Japan.
Now, were you not amazed when Ronda Rousey wasn't number 30?
I was. Yeah, Ronda Rousey, if you haven't heard, she's in the WWE now. I thought she might have been in the match, but I think she's filming a movie right now, and she ended up coming out after the match.
Right, and that's the thing. Is she trying to pick a fight with whichever champion that Asuka,
yeah.
Right, that Asuka doesn't take?
Well, I think... Well, go ahead, Corey.
I think she won a title shot.
Well, that's kind of the sub-storyline, and WWE honestly doesn't know right now, because what WWE wants to do is get Ronda Rousey to tag with The Rock, who they don't know.
Come on.
Yeah, they want him to tag with her to tag with The Rock to go take Triple H and Stephanie McMahon on, and that would be a really big match. And they started that feud a couple years ago,
right.
And so that's what they want to do, but they don't know if The Rock can do it. So they're saying they're gonna wait. But because
The Rock doesn't know what's cooking.
The Rock doesn't know what's cooking yet, and he's a busy guy. So, but if Rock can't do it, then she'll probably go against Charlotte.
You think?
Charlotte Flair, yeah. Woo!
Woo!
I think Ronda Rousey gonna be a bad person.
We'll see. I mean, she's gonna put butts in seats, and I think that's what WWE cares about.
Right.
She's gonna sell pay-per-views.
Right.
She's gonna get the WWE on ESPN.
Revenue, baby, revenue.
No doubt.
That's what they need to do.
And hey, I don't know if you noticed, but the WWE stock is the highest it's ever been this past week.
This stock.
Yep, they are a publicly owned company.
Yeah.
So.
Now when y'all bringing this show back, bro?
We're doing the show right now, Corey.
No, like our other show, bro.
Oh, the wrestling show? It's probably not gonna happen, brother.
Oh, y'all ain't gonna do it?
What you gonna do when there's no more sports entertainment for you?
But where Billy Boudreaux at?
Billy Boudreaux, man, I think he's having some health issues. And, of course, you know, the original co-host of Sports Entertainment Tonight is no longer with us. So, I'd say that show's kind of dead in the water, Corey. You're just going to have to watch your Monday Night Raw on WWE Network and stuff.
Oh, that's brutal.
Wow, bitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and when it gets pretty big, you know, we'll probably talk about a little wrestling once it comes WrestleMania time, especially because it's in New Orleans. I've actually been trying to talk Mobe, and hey, let's go to WrestleMania.
It would be entertaining.
Yeah, it's always entertainment. You know, it's the Mardi Gras of wrestling.
You got some trivia for me?
Do I have any trivia for you? Let's see. How many Super Bowls has Tom Brady won?
6. If you win this one, it's going to be 7.
Close, but actually he's won 5, and if he wins this one, it'll be 6.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah, you were close. You were very close.
You were much closer than I'd have been.
So, do you have a score prediction for us, Corey?
I don't know.
Or you can even just say you think Pats or Eagles.
At one point, we all know the Pats going to win, but I want the Eagles to set them down.
Okay, I
there
think
you go. You want the Eagles to win.
There you
but
go.
You're predicting the Patriots to come out on top.
I think a lot of people feel that way, Corey. So, a lot of people are probably just going to tune in hoping that the Patriots lose. Last year, the Patriots are getting their ass handed to them by the Falcons. You know, it's almost fourth quarter, 28-3, and then the Falcons blow their lead.
Yeah.
You remember that, huh?
He is very sad.
But like I said, next year, I guarantee you, we will be back.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I guarantee you, we will be back.
So, Corey, last question. We were just talking about astronauts eating a goo from their own poo. So, my question to you is, what's the worst place you've ever had to take a crap?
The worst place?
The worst.
Yeah, like the most
Funk,
embarrassing,
nasty,
worst.
dirty,
Like,
disgusting.
man, you just gotta go, but it's like at the worst place.
Basically,
Say again?
He's thinking.
Oh, okay.
basically when you sit at a table and you like really gotta go and you can't hold it.
At the table,
Oh.
you don't even make it to the bathroom? I mean, like, not even
That
like a
would-
McDonald's bathroom or something?
That would be bad.
That would be bad to have to
That
go
would
to
be
a
bad.
McDonald's bathroom.
No, just to have to shit yourself. Shoot
Shoot
yourself.
Yeah, shoot.
Right. Sharp.
Shart. Yes,
Yeah.
shart. Yeah, and, you know, we've all had those bad sharts at times, you know.
The unfortunate realities of life.
I ain't seen Billy Blue in a minute. I miss my buddy, man.
Well, take a look at his YouTube page. I still think he does his Wrestle Gamer show. So just search Wrestle Gamer, I think it is. And I think he still does a show. You could probably holler at him.
So it's not gonna come back at all?
Not that I know of, man. Every now and again, you know, I'll have, you know, one of the local wrestlers on the show for Higher Thought. And, you know, we'll maybe talk a little wrestling.
You know what you need to do?
What do we need to do, Corey?
You know what you need to do? Get an Ember Moon for me.
Okay, that's your new wrestling crush. You like Ember Moon.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of moon, we're going to move on to our next topic, which is the blood moon lunar eclipse.
But it was also a blue moon.
Blue blood moon lunar eclipse.
Exactly, because it was the second full moon of the month.
It was like everything the moon can do all at once.
Oh, yeah. Did you see it that morning?
I did.
And was it not
It was really cool.
interesting?
It was like, yeah, like different colors and
right,
covered the whole thing.
Now, there were other places where the view was more spectacular, but
Right.
here in South Louisiana, we still got
Yeah,
an
and
eyeful.
it happened like right before I leave for work too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just got ready about 10 minutes earlier, and then just kind of went outside. You know, enjoyed it. So Corey, we appreciate the call, man. I hope you enjoy the game this weekend.
Yeah. I hope Philly beat him.
And I hope you enjoy your WrestleMania season. And hey, you never know. There might be a wrestling show one of these days, but it's not today.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
All right, Corey, we love you, man. Holler at us.
All right.
Peace. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was deep.
That was deep. It was deep.
That covered a lot of. I mean, it's like
we did.
spreading it out.
We did cover like
Yeah.
the Super Bowl, wrestling, your most embarrassing place to poo. I mean, at the table.
At the
That's a pretty
table.
bad place.
That's brutal.
That's pretty bad.
That'd be like the most embarrassing place to throw up, at the table.
For me,
I mean, you know, drinking your beer and then just go. Whoa.
yeah, that's pretty bad. That's
that
pretty
would be
bad.
bad.
That's pretty bad. For me, I would say it was at a bar. That's bad, you know, especially because it was like, you know, a stall, but people go in. It's like stall and the urinal, pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much. Yeah. I can
So, you
understand
know, people will come in and just like, oh, somebody's actually doing that in the bar, you know. It's like, but you can't help it.
that. Right.
You
Every
can't
once
help
in a
it.
while, you just
You know,
gotta
everybody
pinch
has had that
load.
bad place.
You got to take the kids to the pool.
Yeah. So what's your most embarrassing or worst place that you've had to
The
go?
grossest was one of those porta potties.
Porta potties,
During,
like a concert or something?
No, during the
Festival. No,
Jeebus
man.
crispy. I was lit.
And you know you've all been in that festival that
And
had that big old giant one in
It
there.
had baked all day long. And I had to go, and there were lines everywhere, even
Man.
at night. And you know what? Sometimes you just stand up, prop yourself against the door frame, and let fly.
What is this
Life
show
sucks,
become?
man. You asked the worst. There you go.
Well, I mean, I have another bad one too. One time I ate a couple Slim Jims in the movie, and you can already see where this is
Oh,
going.
Jesus. Go ahead.
And, you know, we left the theater, and I'm thinking I can make it to the house.
Yeah.
It wasn't happening. You know, so, like, basically, they stopped the car, and, like, I ran out in, like, some little patch of woods. It's probably, like, somebody's backyard or something. And I get it all over my pants. And so I just leave my pants out in the woods.
At that point, yeah. Empty your
You
pockets.
know,
and
probably
go.
used a leaf or maybe they had a napkin or two in the car. But
Brutal.
what has this show become? What are we talking about? All right, let's move on. Let's move on. That's one of the unwritten. That's one of my next questions. What are some of the unwritten rules of the workplace? And I would say that's one of them. Taking a big old crap in the main bathroom of the workplace, where you know people like in the teachers' lounge, for instance.
Where there's no ventilation fan.
No ventilation. Everybody in that teacher's lounge. You're making your copies, and you're like, "What's that smell?" You know, little professional courtesy.
Death warmed over, right.
Well, and they got this one guy, you know, that we might work with that's a little large and in charge, and he just goes right in there. They have, a worker bathroom that you can go to.
Yeah.
That's away from the teacher's, recreational lounge, So.
Well, no, where you have to prepare your lessons and make your copies.
Sure.
And
It's a lounge.
sometimes it's like somebody dropped the mother of all stink bombs.
And it's like they do it. It's like, do you not do that when you wake up or something? It's like you save it for school in the morning or something?
Yeah,
or?
because you can use the school's toilet paper. They don't pay us enough.
Yeah. Well, I don't like their toilet paper though.
But it's better than last
It's
year's.
that
Last
sky. Well,
year's
it
was
is.
sandpaper.
It's just so thin. It's like narrow to where it's like it's dangerous. I mean, you
Right,
definitely need to
could-
wash
you
your
could-
hands
right,
after.
And you could get paper cuts on your ass. It's so thin.
Yeah, and dingleberries out the wazoo.
Well, trifold. Just like the cheap wallet, same deal.
But some other unwritten rules of the workplace. What would you say is one of the major ones?
Don't touch my beard.
Don't touch me in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, a big one is snitches end up in ditches. I mean, like.
Some snitches need to end up in a ditch. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
no tattling. I mean, if you have a problem with me,
man up.
come talk to me.
Right.
For me, snitches are the worst. So yeah.
And well,
We've all
I mean, we've
had-
had there's been tattletales ever since elementary school, and I guess they're gonna grow up and be tattletales too.
Without a doubt. I mean, they have to make themselves feel important somehow.
Miss, so-and-so did.
Hey, guess what happened? Look what I know that nobody else does, and you'll really like me if I tell you this. No.
No, we're not going there.
Talking about prisoners, and, you know, to what extent do these prisoners have rights to, I guess, all this luxury? I mean, like $35,000 to house each of these prisoners, you know, at least in Louisiana. So I mean, like that's barely a salary. That's
right.
like more than the average
I mean,
salary.
by the time you know, pay
and they
rent,
just sit there working out and, you know, doing their thing, reading books and, you know, rehabilitating. You know,
do they rehabilitate?
Having anal sex. You know, I mean, I think that's what they do in prisons. I've never been to prison. I don't know. But in New York State, all 50,000 prisoners are set to get free tablets in their prison cell. So everybody's going to have their own tablets to where essentially they can file grievances of abuse. Apparently won't have the internet.
Right.
But you can purchase DVDs, videos, and it will have educational apps on there. I imagine, you know, to what extent do you think they're just going to buy porn?
Okay. Here's a good question. If it's being provided in the prison system, what are the chances that the camera's going to be on and the microphones are going to be on and they're going to be listening in to all the stuff that's going on?
Because most of those people are not the smartest, and they don't know that Google's listening to you. Google's listening to us right now, you know? And I mean, the CIA's monitoring Higher Thought right now on AOC Live, you know? Hi, CIA, how's it going?
Mind Control, the easiest way.
Yeah.
Sponsored by the CIA.
What's up, Bob? Yeah, so I guess they get tablets. Let's see. Also in Angola, closer here to home, they get some air conditioning, but you said it got pushed back.
It did get, at least according to the
our interpretations.
Right.
We listen to NPR on the way over sometimes.
Yes.
You know, so we'll credit our sources to a certain degree.
Well,
Yeah.
Louisiana in a 8x12 box
in summertime
at 100 degrees.
Yeah, it gets pretty hot. 100 degrees. Yeah,
that's kind of.
That's torture. I mean, it's torture. You know,
that's maximum suck.
You know, but I mean, to what extent does somebody on death row have human rights?
I think that 100 degrees is probably abusive.
No, it's definitely torture.
So
you can't. You suffocate.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, especially in Louisiana heat, you know, with the humidity. Yeah. I mean, it's brutal. You know, Acadiana. But speaking of which, I would actually love one of those days right now. After all this, like, freezing, shivering, snowing nonsense. I mean, like, sure, it was nice. Like, okay, yeah, we got a week of cold. Great. You know, oh, snow. Awesome. Whoa. You know, but give me some heat. Give me some Louisiana heat. I'm ready for the springtime.
Yeah, because I can remember when Christmases I'd drive around with my top down.
With shorts.
Right?
Yeah.
And now, what the heck is going on?
Well, and it seems like in 2017 we maybe had like 1 or 2 weeks of cold in the entire year.
Right.
And like we've already had like blizzards all through. Is it Donald Trump? Is it HAARP? You know, what's going on here really? If you don't know HAARP, you know, look it up, HAARP. It's weather control device.
Yeah.
Right.
Which they stole from Tesla. Basic concept.
Yeah. So, for all our Mario fans.
Oh, yeah, tell them.
Yeah, Mario Kart. Mario Kart, one of our favorite games from when we were kiddos, right? It's coming to smartphones, so hey, you can, whoa, I'm on my phone, and let me drive out into traffic like Pokemon, you know, maybe, I don't know. And not only that, we got a Super Mario movie in the making. It's going to be animated.
Oh, it's going to be animated. We're not going to have to do John Leguizamo again.
That was bad. The original Super Mario movie with Leguizamo was rough. It was rough.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, I even thought it sucked. You know,
Bob Hoskins?
I can't remember who played Luigi. I mean, who played Mario. But I'm sure Luigi and Koopa, the whole cast, will be a part of this. You know, so Princess Toadstool, Toad himself.
Toad himself.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably be on mushrooms.
I was about to say, as long as there's shrooms.
Hey, yeah, exactly. You know,
He's got
and
the
Mario
nice
loves the
little
shrooms.
sauce on, you know.
Which, speaking of shrooms,
True.
segue, pizza is actually healthier for breakfast than cereal, according to a dietitian.
I can buy that.
Yeah,
You've
sugary
got cheese,
cereal.
you've got tomato
All the
sauce,
food groups.
you've got the toppings, and you've got some carbohydrates that are slow release.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like eating pasta before a race.
Yeah, I'm a fan of pizza for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a
It's
fan of
my-
breakfast at night.
Me too.
You know, like, I don't adhere to the strict schedules of what you should eat for each meal. It's breakfast at night, it's pizza for breakfast.
Pizza at supper time.
Exactly.
Right. Wait, no, that's a pizza roll commercial. Sorry, I'm confused. You're right, though. Breakfast for dinner. I cook breakfast for
Love
dinner
it. Love it.
all the time.
Love it.
My kids are used to having breakfast at dinner time.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? It's all fantastic, you know. I mean, like,
And you've got the luxury of time. You can put your bacon in the oven
eggs,
and bake it,
bacon,
get it nice and crisp.
sausage,
You can prep
any
all
kind
your
of
stuff.
potato, like a hash brown,
Hash brown.
shredded, you know, or you can do diced, you can do whatever. Your biscuits,
Ooh, you-
toast,
You take some
grits,
sausage.
oatmeal,
You cube that, put it in the pan.
white gravy.
Then put it in with your diced potatoes.
white gravy on that too.
Oh, gravy on biscuits.
Yeah. New thing I've kind of gotten into, because every now and again I'll get the little microwavable breakfast things because they're easy. But they have this breakfast pizza. It's like a biscuit crust with white gravy sauce, with scrambled eggs, cheese, sausage, and bacon on it.
No.
Very
kidding.
tasty breakfast pizza. I'm a fan.
Is this readily available in the
In the
grocery
frozen
stores in
s-
South
yeah.
Louisiana?
Without a doubt. I get it at Walmart in the frozen
there
food
you
section. Yeah, so it's available to everyone. So, yeah, I think that about wraps up the news. We've talked about the skyrocketing cannabis. We've talked about all that. Yeah, so...
Skyrocketing cannabis? Well, that's
Well,
pretty high.
stocks,
I know.
yes. Let's see.
It was a bad callback.
What's popular now that's going to be stupid 5 years later?
Facebook?
Ooh, yeah, that is definitely one. Facebook's actually at a decline, and people are getting on there. People are spending less time on Facebook, which actually Mark Zuckerberg even says that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Yes.
Because Facebookery and the
It's fuckery.
social media fascination is warping people's minds.
It most certainly is. It most certainly is.
You know, you put forth your best you in every Instagram snap.
Well, and I think a lot of the younger generation, they don't get on Facebook because they say it's the old people's site.
right. My
and-
parents are on Facebook. Why would I be there?
So they do the Instagrams, the everything else that they do. You know, I don't know a lot of those. Snapchat's one. Which what is this? Yeah, what is this thing about people wanting to post pictures of themselves with like dog ears and rabbit ears and the noses?
Yeah,
I don't get the
that.
fad. That
I
is
don't
one
get
thing
that.
that I think is going to be stupid 5 years from now.
I think it's stupid now.
I think it's stupid now. In
And
fact.
it'll be even stupider 5 years
And
from now.
I
When
mean,
you look
I hate
back
to
and
say
see
I'm a
those-
single guy, you know. I mean, but
Wait.
even on the dating sites, these females with their
Let's not
Snapchat,
even-
you know,
let's not
like
I've given up. Those
yeah,
dating
POF stands for plenty of fatties, you know.
are just plenty of people that aren't
Plenty
my
of
type.
people that are just lonely.
Not my type.
We love you if you on POF. Yeah, I don't know. So.
Mamas, I'm sorry.
Some mamas, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure it probably brings up a certain type of person.
Well, yeah,
you know.
they look at you and then your stats, and then they match you up with what they think is good for you.
No, right.
All right, that sounds like my grandma trying to hook me up with so and so's granddaughter because
Right.
Yeah.
Well, grandma, yeah, her taste isn't that great. You know, I mean, she always gets them church girls. So did you know that actually deaths related to the flu go up 18% for cities that make the Super Bowl?
I did know that.
Because you heard it on NPR
I heard it
on
on
the way
NPR,
over.
yeah. I did know that.
Yeah, citing our
Because
sources.
people spreading the disease.
Yeah. So, folks, if you ever tune in to watch Higher Thought, don't listen to NPR before us, you know, because every now and again, you know, hey, they have some good topics.
Right. Well, they've got.
We share them.
Yeah.
We share them.
That's our real fake news.
Yeah, our
Or
real
is
fake news.
or is our fake real news?
It's
I'm
our fake real
confused.
news.
It's our fake news.
Fake.
Fake.
They're
news.
fake. We're fake real. Or real fake. Yeah,
Real fake.
We're real fake. There we go. So, y'all been waiting for it. We've got about 5-6 minutes left. This day in history.
Lay it on me.
Yeah. So, going all the way back to 1790.
Wow.
1790.
Time
Long time
trip.
ago. So, like in Wayne's World.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no. It was
I'm
yeah, Scooby-Doo ending kind of thing, right?
I thought that was Wayne's World.
Wayne's World? Yeah. What did I say?
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo. Well, yeah, they did the Scooby-Doo ending on Wayne's World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to like
See,
when they were going back in time, you know.
I'm confused again.
And I think they had like 3 different endings in the first one. Remember?
No, I don't. I was too
They,
late.
yeah, like, oh, well, that was kind of a crappy ending. Well, let's see what happens if it's a happy ending, you know. So, yeah, we were all baked. We were all baked back in the day. So,
Back in the day.
1790, the U.S. Supreme Court convened for the first time in New York City.
In New York City.
New York City! Yeah, yeah.
How many
Yeah.
Supreme Court justices?
Probably a couple different ones every president, huh? It seems like.
I'm sure it wasn't 9.
Probably 7. I would imagine
Some
7.
odd number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it 7 now?
No, 9.
Oh, it's 9?
9.
Oh, 9.
Nine.
9.
You remember FDR wanted to make it 11, 13?
Oh, that's too many.
He was trying to pack the cord.
Oh, well, and Trump was trying to appoint some guy that had never even been a judge before.
Yeah, never tried a case.
No, never. 1856. Auburn was chartered as East Alabama Male College.
Male?
Male college.
As
It was just
postal?
for males.
Oh, just for men.
Just for men.
That's how they keep their hair looking so lovely.
Oh, yes. Nice and, non-gray. Yeah, I like that. It's puntastic. But, yeah, it kind of made me think, well, you know, nowadays they have schools just for women. They have schools just for African Americans.
Yes.
You know, is there any schools for simply just white males?
Just white males.
I mean, like if
No,
they have everybody
if they-
else, or
if
just
they-
males,
just
or
males,
just whites?
Then perhaps seminaries.
Seminaries? Well, I mean, are they racist at seminaries? Like,
I would hope not.
you know, I mean, I would think African American or Mexican or whatever, you know, could go, or Hispanic, I guess I should say.
Hispanic, yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Sorry, it's how you know.
Or Latino.
Yeah.
We can cover lots
Me,
of bases.
me amo. Oh, wait.
Me te amo?
Me te amo.
You love me? That's crazy.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Cerveza.
Dos cervezas, por
Baño.
favor.
3 years of Spanish. 3 years of Spanish.
Donde está el baño?
Yeah.
Because you got to know.
You got to know that one. If you know
don't wanna-
anything.
you don't want to pee on the bar.
You don't.
Right, that's calling back to potassium.
As a librarian, you might be interested in this. 1884, the first volume of the Oxford English Dictionary, From A to Ant.
From A to ant?
A to Ant
Well, you gotta
was the
start
first
somewhere.
volume. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, I know. I mean, hey,
tell
a
somebody to
whole
look it
volume
up.
for A to Ant.
A to ant, right.
How about that?
I mean, just think of the shelf space.
You know?
That's got to be a
That's got to
monster.
be a big volume right there. Yeah. Which, I mean, the ladies love the big volume when it comes to their dictionaries.
Yeah, well,
You know, I give you a big dictionary every time
Everybody
I
likes
give
good
you the
diction.
volume. Yeah. You like the diction that I'm using, don't
yeah,
you?
that's right.
That's
It-
right.
It's right.
That's right,
It's-
ladies.
It's eloquent. It's all, you know, the way you use your tongue and bounce it off your teeth.
Okay. Yes. Welcome to Higher Thought, ladies and gentlemen. 1893, the first movie studio in New Jersey. First movie studio ever in general. So movies weren't made before the 1890s, apparently.
Apparently.
I mean, I don't think
Thomas
so.
Edison takes credit for all this.
Well,
stuff.
I know he ripped it off of everybody's patents and stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, but they actually built and completed the first movie studio.
Is that the Black Maria, the one that would rotate so that he could get the optimal sunlight for lighting his
I could possibly see that.
cinematography?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, he ripped off somebody's idea. And I'm sure they probably filmed stuff before that.
Right.
But it wasn't in a movie studio.
Oh, we don't have time. We're down.
A minute.
Oh, it's a minute. Okay.
1 minute.
I was thinking that was
First auto insurance policy.
Geico?
1898. Didn't write down who the company was. Dang, I had some other stuff. First federal penitentiary was complete in Kansas in 1906. So only about 100 years of federal penitentiaries. 1982. Well, skipped a few decades there. Let's see. First city TV broadcast. Inner titty
broadcast.
I like that. Let's see. I can skip that. 1982, David Letterman debuted. Yeah, that was a good one. Wardrobe malfunction. A bunch of stuff with the Fed. Beatles' first #1 hit.
Which was?
I wanna hold your hand.
Yes.
I wanna hold your hand.
The Black
And
Maria
then
was Thomas
I
Edison's
touch
movie
you.
production studio in West Orange, New Jersey. It was
Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to 8 seconds. So, we're going to say goodbye. We love you. Deuces for Mob Nade. Peace. And I think we're still streaming, so I got to go turn that off. But good show.
Yeah.
56.
Well done.
56. Well done.
Oh, my Bob.
But now we're going to go make a cheap plug. Reggie's Soul Food. It's got some good burgers. It's got some good shrimp.
I'm looking forward to some